If you're like me, you love seeing your V-twin, all the chrome, rumbling out and exposed. Adds to the beauty of your bike. It's one of the big reasons we buy Harleys, right? But there is a downside to this. You've got a huge power plant between your legs creating a whole bunch of heat. So if you're having trouble staying cool this summer, then stay tuned. So there's a lot of things that you can do on your bike to stay cool in the summer. Things you wear, things you put on your bike. One of the things I want to show you guys is the CoolFlow Fan. There's not a lot of videos that I really found on it before I purchased it for my bike. I ended up getting it with this bike when I bought it from the dealer. It's definitely a big improvement. I noticed a huge difference in it, and I want to show it to you. I've hooked up some strings underneath so you'll be able to see the airflow once I start up the bike. This fan only works with the engine running, and there is a switch on the dash that I can control whether it's on, off, or in auto mode. If you end up going with this kind of setup, definitely get these heat deflectors. It doesn't really do a lot unless you get them. It really helps funnel air. But this unit is wired into the bike, hardwired. You don't really have to worry about it when it's in auto mode. It will do all its own thing. It comes on at 35 miles an hour, and it will stay on until you go back up to 45 miles an hour. But it also incorporates, the heat of the engine, how long it's been running, outside air temperature. So this thing, when I ride in real cold temperatures, if it's 35, 40 degrees out, it doesn't come on very often. But on real hot days, it's coming on constantly. And it really helps me big time. These heat shields are definitely a must. It really takes the air from the top of the cylinder, keeps it from getting into your thigh, and really funnels it down. This fan sucking the air down through, blows it out down below your leg. One of the things that a lot of people don't talk about either is the direction of where this flows goes right over your cat. So your cat is your hottest section of your exhaust. They have to run at a super high temperature in order to meet the EPA requirements, burn the gases correctly. So this CoolFlow fan blows out the bottom here and then directly in this gap that you can see, which blows a lot of hot air from your cat down behind you as well. So my wife was finding that when she was on the back riding with me, her foot would bake without this fan here. And this is stock exhaust. So this is the hottest setup you can get right now. But this fan has worked wonders. I'm going to show you a little bit of footage of it running so you can see exactly what it does, and hopefully you'll be able to tell really well with those strings underneath. So on my last bike, the Street Glide, I had to change the full header pipe, and I ended up changing the slip-ons just to get rid of some heat up here by my leg. My wife, especially when her foot was on here, we had pegs at the time instead of floorboards, her foot just cooked. After a 45-minute ride, she'd say, "I have to get off, my foot's on fire." So it was a big reason why we did full head pipe on that bike. That's super expensive. You got to buy a tuner. If you're going to do the exhaust, you should do an intake. What goes in must come out. So doing that full exhaust system, plus the tuning, plus all of the maintenance and work to do that initially is a huge expense. This fan is so cheap compared to that, and it completely solved the issue for me. If you're going for performance with your pipe, if you've got other reasons for changing that head pipe, that's a whole nother issue. But if you're looking to keep it stock, at least for under your warranty, looking things to keep that warranty intact, this is a great option. Installed by Harley, it's not too bad expense-wise, and it really got rid of that whole heat issue. My wife can ride all day and have no issues, and I'm totally fine. I'm not affected by the heat at all coming off the engine. So it's a great option if you need to get cool this summer. One thing to give it a try. We'll see you next time.